So let's start with Raghavendra with page share one-click preview. 10 minutes, have fun.
Okay. Hello all, I'm Raghavendra Chandregowda. So this topic, it's basically a simple solution for a very small problem. So let's see what the problem is. So the problem is, okay, in AEM, we already have a preview functionality, which is nice. Okay, you can preview the page, and then you have view as published as well, where you can view the page in author, how it looks like in publisher before you actually publish. But what is the problem with that? The problem is it requires a user with a valid account in order to log into AEM to preview the page. So if you have integrated your author instance with a SAML, then yeah, perfectly fine. But if you have not integrated with your Active Directory, then each time you have to do a campaign, then there are a lot of stakeholders, and each of the stakeholders might not continuously work on AEM. So you might end up creating a temporary account for them and then delete the account as soon as the campaign is finished, or else share a screenshot with them saying that, okay, this is how the page looks like, or create a duplicate page of your campaign page so you are duplicating the content activity, or validate it once it's gone live. And again, there might be a few issues which you might have to fix it once it's live. So how can we solve this problem, right? So a small demo on how can we solve this problem. So I have my AEM instance running, and I am just logging in. And there's a new option called a share page link. I'll just go, and I will just give my email ID. I do not have an account, so it's coming as an external account. And then I'll select a page. So I've implemented this functionality for the core components. So I'll just select the carousel page, and I will share it as for review. And I will specify expiry date, and I would say, please review. Okay, so this would ensure it sends out an email to the email ID which I provided. This is how the email would look like. Okay, and if I click on this link, so you can see it's a completely new link. So I have a login session. It might be working because of that. So I'll go to incognito mode. And yeah, I'm not logged in. And now I enter this URL. And I can see this page completely rendered in AEM without requiring for me to log in. So even all the assets are being downloaded, and it's being rendered properly. And it supports adaptive images as well. So how does this work? So let's go back to the presentation, and yeah. So what has been implemented is basically there is a new node or unique ID which is created for each of the pages when you try to share the page. So and this is stored under the var sites share. So whenever you try to share any particular page, a new unique ID gets associated to the page, and a new entry gets created under var. And then all the assets which are present in that page, there is also an entry for them as well. And because we support adaptive images as well, there will be multiple asset nodes which will be present. And then in order to render this content, so there is a new servlet which is created, and this servlet bypasses authentication. So that's what you can see here, where it says Sling authentication requirement. It bypasses the Sling authentication. So for this particular servlet, authentication is not required. So and then it uses the Sling request processor in order to actually fetch the content. So it, as a service user, which actually fetches the content based on the unique ID which you received, it finds a mapping of the page and gets the actual page which needs to be rendered and returns that particular page. And then it also has a transformer. Because for the assets, in order to support adaptive images, we have a transformer which would basically go through your entire HTML page. And for now, it basically tries to do it for image and div tags. to support core components, but if you're using picture or any other way of rendering an image, then you might have to write a custom transformer, and that can be plugged into your implementation, and it should work. And this transformer ensure it works only when there is a shared selector passed. So this would ensure it doesn't impact your normal authoring experience, and this gets invoked only when you try to preview the page with this functionality. So that's a pretty small talk on preview. Sorry, any questions?
Yes, thanks a lot. Is it available somewhere? Can you share it?
Yeah, this is currently it's not available anywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm planning to share it
So
with maybe ACS Commons or somewhere. I just want to add it.
Yeah. So when you have any link, we can put it to the download page in the Lightning Talks. Okay. Then yeah, thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Sorry, any questions?